Well, another big job fair is coming up next week in Maryland. This is for laid-off federal workers or anyone who's out of a job. And here to tell us more about it is Prince George's County Councilwoman Jolene Ivey. Welcome, Councilwoman. Good to have you.
Thank you, Melanie. Appreciate it.
So this is the second job fair that you and your husband, Maryland Congressman Glenn Ivey, are helping to organize for those who are out of work right now. Tell us more about it.
Well, it is next Thursday, the 17th of April, from noon until 6 p.m. at Showplace Arena, which is in Upper Marlboro. And we're expecting about 500 jobs to be available. Many employers are coming. We have private employers like Southern Management and Exelon, and we have government agencies, municipal governments. We have all kinds of jobs that'll be there, many in IT, many in management, and all kinds of jobs across the range. So we're happy to be able to help. We're sorry that we have to.
Mm-hmm. And you had an earlier job fair, I believe it was February. What was the turnout like for that job fair? What are you expecting with the turnout this time?
Well, we had about 800 people at that job fair, and it was amazing. And it was also sad. Mm-hmm. You know, people are afraid. They're worried, and many of them are finding out every day that they're losing their jobs. So it is so hard. You know, when people lose their job security, it's not just their job. They are losing food security, housing security. They're losing their insurance. There's so much that goes. Their whole way of life is over just because of a self-inflicted wound, if you ask me. Because, you know, when we've had crises in the past, even during COVID, it was something that we all just had to pull together and get through. But this time, it is not coming from the outside. It's coming from our own federal government.
And I'm sure you've heard from many people, you know, the job is really your personal identity for many folks. So it's also a personal emotional wound as well.
Oh, it's horrible. People who have worked so hard for so many years have invested themselves in their mission to be told many times that, oh, we're getting rid of you because you're not doing a good job. Well, everybody knows that's not true.
I want to turn to another matter. Recently, there was a shakeup on the Prince George's County Council, and you were deposed as the chairwoman, and Ed Burrows was named the new chair. What was your reaction to that?
Well, I wasn't surprised in a way because we did know with the incoming councilwoman from District 5, who's replacing me, it shifts the balance of power on the council, and therefore, you know that the people with that power now are going to take over as chair. I expected it to be closer to the time she was sworn in, assuming I know who it is. But, you know, they couldn't wait. Mm-hmm. So that's the way it goes.
So it sounds like it was more of a political alignment?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Will this political alignment then help Prince George's tackle some of the problems? One is, of course, the federal layoffs, but then there's this huge budget deficit as well.
Well, I'm concerned because I think I'm known to be pretty fiscally, I won't say conservative, but concerned and careful with our county's money. So I am hopeful that the new regime that's taking over has had a come to Jesus moment, so to speak, and realized that in order for our county to do well, they have to change how they've been approaching things and not spend money that we do not have. It's absolutely imperative that we are very careful with our money, and just like we're telling individuals to be careful with their money at home because we don't know what's going to happen with them, the same thing comes to our government. We know right now we're facing a deficit. Our state was facing a deficit. Worked really hard to close it, and still I hear they're going to have to come back at least once or twice for special sessions to try to deal with the insanity that's happening in Washington. You know, with the Republicans not reining in Trump, it's very, very hard for us. Prince George's County relies on the federal government, hundreds of millions of dollars in grants and every other money to help provide the services that are really necessary for our residents. And since we know that he is bound and determined to strip everything away that helps people, well, it's going to be very difficult for Prince Georgians.
All right, final question. You dropped out of the Prince George's County executive race citing health concerns, but you say you will stay on as a council member. How is your health?
Well, it's been better and it's been worse, right? So I think everybody in their life goes through some kind of health challenges. And apparently this is my turn. And, you know, I'm much better today than I was just a few weeks ago. And I hope to continue on the right path.
All right. Well, we are hoping that for speedy recovery. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
A note about the job fair. The Maryland National Capital Parks and Planning Commission job fair is next Thursday. It's April 17th. It runs from noon to 6. It's at the Showplace Arena in Upper Marlboro. And we want to thank Prince George's County Councilwoman Jolene Ivey for coming in and making time for us today. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And good luck with the job fair.
Appreciate it.
All right. We're